I'll give it a shot!
The eyewitness accounts don't match up. Some say it was a handsome young man, and others claim he was a refined, middle-aged man. So, reluctantly, I will play the role of bait. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not trying to meet a cool guy or fall in love or anything. This is, the best way to ensure the safety and success of the mission. Yeah, it's the only way. Well, time to get going to the underground waterway.
You're pretty happy. Just because you heard the vampire's handsome, huh? Oh, you've got issues.
Shadow Clone Jutsu! 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 Shadow Clone Jutsu!
Like the witnesses described. Stay away from me! I'm too scared to move.
Blood, my source of power. Delicious.
Stop! Don't come any closer! Get away, you heinous beast! Idiots, you're late! Hurry up and deal with this thing!
Shadow Clone Jutsu! Shadow Clone Jutsu! Shadow Clone Jutsu! How's that? How's that? Shadow Clone Jutsu! Shadow Clone Jutsu! How's that? How's that? Shadow Clone Jutsu! Shadow Clone Jutsu! How's that? Shadow Clone Jutsu! Here I go! Giant Blast Gun! Here I go! Giant Blast Gun! Shadow Clone Jutsu! Here I go! Shadow Clone Jutsu! Shadow Clone Jutsu! Shadow Clone Jutsu! Shadow Clone Jutsu! How's that? Shadow Clone Jutsu! Shadow Clone Jutsu! How's that? Shadow Clone Jutsu! How's that? Shadow Clone Jutsu! 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 How's that? Shadow Clone Jutsu! How's that? Shadow Clone Jutsu!
When I turned around, he was right in my face. There's nothing wrong with being scared by that.
Humans, me no attack. Let me go.
What? Let you go? Don't get cute with me, buddy, or I'll knock your head off.
Help! Help!
You're pathetic. I actually feel sympathy for you. And I really don't want to walk all the way to the village with this thing. Okay, if you promise never to attack humans again, I'll let you go.
I promise.
Right. Get lost then. And don't forget what it feels like to be the victim. When something that ugly attacks you, it's hard to live down. The victims must have been too proud to admit it, so they said their attacker was handsome. Which means the fact that I was attacked needs to be kept top secret. Got it?